With the introduction of Frontier Pursuits in Red Dead Online, we get three distinct choices of trades our online characters can follow, namely traders, collectors, and the one we're looking at today, bounty hunters. Each of these professions were hard and dangerous work in real life, so today we'll dive into who the bounty hunters of the Old West really were. Before we start, be sure to leave a like if you enjoy the video, subscribe for more content like this, and share the channel by yelling,
"Before the year is out, we are going to be harvesting mangoes in Tahiti."
Starting in 1872, the Supreme Court began allowing bounty hunting as part of the U.S. law enforcement services. Many of the frontier law enforcement groups were pretty tied up in their own backyards, and bounty hunters could go out of their way to get the more extreme criminals and gangs. This also meant no due process for your more brutal criminals, which made things a lot easier on the local law enforcement. Many bounty hunters strayed the lines of law enforcement and law breaking because back then there was very little to record what was actually done. Probably the most famous bounty hunter of the era is Charlie Siringo, and that's the one we're going to look at today. During most of his bounty hunting career, he was just a nondescript looking guy, old jeans, button-up shirt, no fancy bounty hunting clothes, nothing to make him stand out in a crowd. And this probably is one of the reasons that he brought in hundreds of thieves and murderers alive, is because of this nondescript appearance. It's pretty easy to point out a marshal and want to stay away from that guy, but some skinny dude in town with ripped jeans might even attract some thieves to come towards him, try to rob him or something. Either way, Charlie is said to have steely nerves and always outwitting these criminals. Again, another reason he brought in hundreds of these guys. Now, one of his more famous pursuits involved Billy the Kid. Now, of course, Charlie was not the one to bring down Billy the Kid, and whether the kid was actually caught and killed is still up for debate. Many people think that he ended up living on, and like I said earlier, recording of events was not always the best out there, so what really happened went to those who told the tale. Now, Charlie ends up becoming really famous with his bounty hunting when he publishes his first autobiography in 1885, detailing many of his adventures as a bounty hunter in the Old West. This, combined with going by his real name, Charlie Siringo, helped to solidify him as one of the most famous bounty hunters of the era, and one of the people that helped to romanticize the West in the way that we see it today. You see a lot of it in Red Dead 2, the way the bounty hunting missions and things are at the forefront of the game, because that is in part due to Charlie Siringo's stories and people becoming just completely infatuated with these fascinating stories of chasing thieves and murderers across the frontier. In 1886, just a year after he publishes his book, he becomes a Pinkerton agent and serves for 22 years bringing in outlaws from Alaska to Mexico City. During his time as a Pinkerton agent, he wrote several more books helping to establish the legend of the American cowboy and bring in one of the most iconic pieces of American cultural heritage that we have today. At the end of the day, like most things in the Wild West, bounty hunters rode the line of law and lawlessness. Many were marshals looking to put a little extra in their pockets, as like I said previously, many operated under an alias. But they did help to tame the West, good or bad, and now you can be a bounty hunter in Red Dead Online's multiplayer mode and start bringing frontier justice to the Wild West once more. If you enjoyed the video today, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content like this. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.